Okay, so I think that it's pretty much safe to say that we are really living in like a dark timeline. Like, just we are in the dark ages of humanity. We have hit rock bottom. Nothing makes sense, and stupidity rules. I am convinced at this point. I had a little optimism, but now it's just all gone at this point because yeah, man, social media has to be one of the most toxic and just stupid things that we have ever created. We've created a lot of stupid things in mankind. We have made a lot of dumb mistakes, but this social media is probably going to be like number one, at least top three on the list for the most dumb things that humans have created. Because from social media has spawned cancel culture, okay? And cancel culture, which I was pretty sure was gonna die off in 2020, but I mean, it's 2020. Nothing really makes sense. If this was ever a time for nothing to make sense, it has to happen in 2020. But Chris Pratt, beloved goofball, Chris Pratt is being canceled. Chris Pratt of all people is being canceled right now. Chris Pratt, Mr. Jurassic World, Guardians of the Galaxy, Slash, involvement in the Avengers movies, of course, just this belovable goofball from Parks and Rec. Like, that Chris Pratt is being canceled right now. I have to really, really say, is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. I cannot wait until this freaking presidential election is over. I can't wait until it's over because this is birthing some very, very intense stupidity right now that I don't even think we can measure. Like, literally, this cancel campaign of Chris Pratt has started all because he did not attend some virtual event. I assume it is basically, I don't know, I think people could hang out with the Avengers or people from the cast of the Avengers virtually, right? If they contributed to Joe Biden's presidential election, right, or his presidential campaign or whatever, if they contributed that, they get to hang out with 6 stars from the cast. And apparently Chris Pratt was not present for that, and for whatever reason, it is beyond me that people actually formulated this idea that because Chris Pratt did not show up, he's a Trump supporter. Just automatically, he's a Trump supporter, even though that there is no kind of proof to even like make that a fact. Like, these people have no proof. These idiots on Twitter have no proof as whatsoever that he's a Trump supporter. But because he didn't show up for this virtual event or whatever, oh, he's automatically a Trump supporter. Like, I cannot make this up. I really wish I could. I really wish I could right now. Like, because he didn't show up. This is where people's minds go. Seriously, I'm not pausing for comedic effect or whatever. I'm really just kind of lost for words right now. Chris Pratt is getting canceled because people are fabricating him being a Trump supporter because he didn't show up for some stupid virtual hangout, right? And to go even further into this dark rabbit hole that is Twitter, people are rationalizing it because he is a Christian, because of his religious faith. That is the concrete evidence that he is a Trump supporter. You have got to be just, I'm trying to watch the cursing, I don't want YouTube to mess with my second channel, but yo, this is just this is dumb. Like, this is because he's a Christian, because his religious faith, because he is a member of a church that, I don't know, apparently was caught up in some stuff or whatever, or maybe some controversy, who knows, I don't know. But because of his religious faith, he's that is the concrete evidence that he is a Trump supporter. Like, what the and the crazy part about it is that Robert Downey Jr. also, who is not attending the event, did not catch any backlash or anything like that as whatsoever. But Chris Pratt has an entire cancel campaign just pop up out of nowhere with the hashtag saying "Where's Chris" or something like that. I saw it at a glance. I didn't really like retain it because this is all just stupid. Like, how is this even happening right now? Like, they're with no proof. That's really the most wild part about this is that people are really creating a cancel campaign against a person with no actual proof. It's just assumptions that he's a Trump supporter because he's a Christian. And people are obsessed with the fact that his church is so called or so claimed against gay and trans people. Okay, now I'm not going to sit here and act like, I'm not aware that, yeah, most people that are Christians, or I guess you can say that are of the older generation of Christians, people that believe in the Christian faith, are against trans and gay. Okay, they don't find that very normal or natural. They think that it is very wrong, and yeah, it's a sin. It's a sin, and I get that. That's what you believe in. Okay, just don't go around terrorizing people. That's really like my only policy, is that as long as you're not going around terrorizing people and trying to literally police people's lives and tell them how to live their life, like a lot of Christians do, stereotypically. But as long as you ain't doing that, man, you don't have to literally agree with what people do. Like I don't like subscribe to like that kind of thought process is whatsoever. Oh, I don't agree with what you do, so I'm gonna be in your face and tell you about it. Like, I don't agree with that at all. Like, let people live their lives. But Chris Pratt is being really pinned to the wall because he goes to this church that have those beliefs. Maybe, like I said, I don't know. I don't believe shit from the internet. I'm just gonna say that right now, especially when it comes to Twitter. Okay, I don't believe nothing that Twitter says because, one, none of you guys are investigative reporters. None of you are qualified to even speak on half of the stuff that you speak on, but everybody all of a sudden is a fucking investigative journalist now, trying to dig into Chris Pratt's history to see if he's a Trump supporter. And if he is a Trump supporter, who cares? Like, who cares? Okay, I mean, just because you are a Republican doesn't necessarily mean that you're such a terrible person. All right, some people are just really Republican. Like, some people are so team Republican. Like, they are a ride or die Republican. They will choose Republican no matter who the heck is in office or who is representing the Republican Party. A lot of people don't care, man. And vice versa can be said for the Democratic Party, people that support the Democrats. I mean, I have all my life probably been told that ever since I started voting, people will literally tell me, just vote for this candidate because they're Democrat. Like, literally, like, no, they might not be the best for the job, but oh yeah, you just vote for them because they're Democrat, because we don't mess with Republicans. Like, people literally just vote because of it's a Democratic candidate or a Republican. Might not necessarily care who or what they are or what they do. Hell, they just care about the representation. I'm just really honestly ready for this election to be over. I'm just ready for this to be over. November cannot get here fast enough. So all of this can die and go away, because Trump is the worst president in the history of presidents, or at least in modern time. Okay, he's the worst president that I have ever witnessed in my lifetime. Okay, so I am not in any agreement that he needs to do a second term. If he does a second term, best believe my black ass is probably going to Canada. I'm gonna be honest with you. Either that or I'm going to a small remote island somewhere. But other than that though, like, we gotta stop this, man. I'm so glad I don't deal with social media anymore. I'm glad that I'm hardly on there. Because social media actually used to be cool, believe it or not. It actually used to be a cool thing to do, to stay connected with people that you probably don't go to school with anymore, or you might not see anymore. It actually used to be cool, but no, not anymore. It has actually turned into a cesspool of a place for people that are clout chasing, or people who are ultra righteous and have a pole up their ass 24/7 and always trying to tell people about what they're doing or trying to cancel somebody. But anyway, whatever. I'm done with this. The world is burning. It's really all I can say. The world is freaking burning, and yeah. I have ingested enough cancer for today.